Good day, students. Welcome to the second part of our lesson on chemical change and chemical reaction. In this lesson, we are going to discuss the different types of chemical reaction. But before that, let me remind you of the definition of the chemical reaction. Chemical reaction is the process that leads to chemical change. The chemical reaction is easily understood if we are going to use a chemical equation to represent what happens in a specific reaction. As shown here in the screen, we have an example of chemical equation inside the blue box, including the name of its parts. The first part of the chemical equation is the reactant. The reactant is the substance that enters into and is altered in the course of a chemical reaction. Sa madaling salita, ito yung nagsisilbing raw material na kailangang i-process upang magkaroon ng product. The second part of our chemical equation is called the product. Product is or are the result of the chemical reaction after the reactants undergo transformation. The third part of our chemical equation is called the yield sign or the arrow that indicates the direction of the chemical reaction. The part of the chemical reaction that is at the back end of the arrow is always the reactant, while the part where the arrow is pointing is called the product. Ang yield sign ay maaaring tumuro sa kaliwa at sa kanang direction ng equation, subalit lagi lang nating tatandaan na kung nasaan ang turo ng ating arrow, yon ang ating product. Let us now move on to the four main types of chemical reactions. The first type of chemical reaction is the synthesis. A synthesis reaction or direct combination reaction is a type of chemical reaction in which two or more simple substances combine to form a more complex product. The reactants in this reaction may be elements or compounds, while the product is always a compound. This is represented by our example here, where substance A plus substance B yields to a compound AB, or simply A plus B yields to AB. The second type of chemical reaction is called decomposition reaction, where a compound is broken into smaller compounds or substances. For the equation, let us have compound AB yields to substances A plus B, or AB yields to A plus B. The third type of chemical reaction is single replacement or substitution reaction. A substitution or single replacement reaction is characterized by one element being displaced from a common compound by another element. Example is AB plus C yields to AC plus B. Kung papansinin natin, makikita natin na ang isang element from compound AB, which is B, ay napalitan ng bagong substance, which is C. Kung kaya, ang kanyang bagong product na, instead of compound AB, ay compound AC at nakahiwalay na ang substance B. The last main type of chemical reaction is the double replacement reaction. In a double replacement reaction, two compounds exchange bonds or ions in order to form a different compound. Dito sa reaction na ito ay nagkakaroon ng pagpapalitan ng substances ang dalawang magkaibang compounds. Kagaya na lang ng compounds AB at CD. Nang sila ay nag-undergo ng chemical reaction, nagkapalitan sila at naging compound AC at BD. So, AB plus CD yields to AC and BD.